Once upon a time, in the dazzling and futuristic school of tomorrow, students didn't just learn with paper, pencils, and chalkboards. No, they interacted with floating holographic displays, curious helper robots, and ultra-intelligent computers that could answer almost anything. Among the most curious students were Laia, an imaginative artist who loved drawing colorful universes, and Theo, a boy who couldn't resist taking gadgets apart to see how they worked. One morning, their teacher, Mrs. Clara, walked in holding an unusual shimmering orb. "Good morning, class. Today," she announced, "we're going to uncover something mysterious and powerful, the secret strategies behind DeFi, the ones the experts use every day." The classroom gasped. Theo raised an eyebrow. "Secrets? Like hidden codes?" Mrs. Clara laughed softly. "In a way, yes. DeFi, decentralized finance, has techniques that allow regular people to grow their digital assets, sometimes even faster than banks. But many pros keep these strategies quiet." Laia blinked in surprise. "But why? Shouldn't everyone have access to those opportunities?" "That's exactly what makes DeFi special," Mrs. Clara explained. "It's open, transparent. Anyone can learn, including you." She tapped the shimmering orb, and it projected a hologram of swirling digital tokens, networks of light, and vaults that opened without locks. In the old financial world, only a few people controlled the knowledge. But in DeFi, curiosity is a superpower. Theo leaned forward, excited. "So we can actually learn the secrets people use to become experts?" "Yes," Mrs. Clara said with a smile. "And today you'll discover those strategies together." And so Laia, Theo, and their classmates began a journey into the hidden corners of the decentralized world, a place where smart contracts whispered, yield farms glowed like treasure fields, and knowledge was the key to unlocking everything. Mrs. Clara activated the orb again, and a giant holographic panel unfolded across the room. "Welcome," she announced, "to the secret chamber of DeFi strategies." The first hologram showed a person moving glowing coins between platforms. "This," she said, "is called yield layering. It's when users combine multiple earning tools like staking, farming, and lending to maximize returns. Pros use it, but they rarely explain it." Theo's eyes widened. "So they stack earnings, like Legos?" "Exactly," Mrs. Clara laughed. "But they need deep understanding to keep everything safe." Next, the panel displayed someone quietly analyzing code. This expert uses smart contract scanning. Before joining any platform, pros read or scan the contract to ensure there are no hidden traps. Laia whispered, "So secrets aren't always magical. Sometimes it's about being careful." "Correct," said Mrs. Clara. "Knowledge is the greatest shield." The next scene showed a glowing web connecting several DeFi platforms. "This technique is cross-chain arbitrage," she explained. Pros scan different blockchains to find tiny price differences. When they act fast, they profit. Theo grinned. "That sounds like treasure hunting." "It is," Mrs. Clara said. "But digital treasure requires precision?" Then the orb displayed a farmer tending to glowing plants. "This," she said, "is liquidity gardening, carefully choosing pools where early supporters receive bonus rewards." Laia pointed. "So the secret is choosing the right place at the right time?" "Exactly." Another hologram showed a quiet professional grouping tokens into categories. "This strategy is risk splitting, spreading assets across multiple platforms to stay safe even if one fails." Theo nodded. "Like not putting all your snacks in one box?" The class laughed. Finally, the panel showed a person wearing futuristic goggles analyzing market flows. "This is the expert called the Yield Navigator," said Mrs. Clara. "They use advanced tools, AI models, and dashboards to detect early opportunities." Laia thought aloud, "So the biggest DeFi secret is combining creativity with knowledge?" Mrs. Clara smiled. "You're starting to understand." At the end of the lesson, she gave the class a challenge. Create your own DeFi secret strategy, something no expert has thought of. Laia invented the art-backed token garden, where artists create tokens that evolve as the artwork grows. Theo created the auto-rebalancing humor pool, a pool that tells jokes while balancing assets. Joe invented the time capsule staking vault, where rewards unlock at meaningful life moments. Everyone laughed, but each idea carried possibilities. And the students understood, secrets aren't about hiding. They're about learning deeper than the surface. During recess, Laia sat under a glowing digital tree thinking, "Do you think these secret strategies will matter when we're older?" she asked Theo. Theo nodded confidently. "Absolutely. DeFi gives everyone access to tools that used to be exclusive. But knowing how to use them, that's the real secret." Laia tilted her head. "So secrets in DeFi aren't about being selfish?" "Not really," Theo said. "They're just techniques that require time, attention, and practice. Anyone can learn them if they're curious enough." Laia smiled. "So that means we're already learning the best part, curiosity?" They both realized something important. The true power of DeFi lies not in hidden information, but in understanding how the system works, making responsible choices, and using creativity to explore possibilities. Mrs. Clara watched from a distance, proud of how far they had come. They get it, she thought. The future doesn't belong to those who hoard secrets, it belongs to those who learn, share, and build together. Laia imagined herself helping artists use DeFi to support their creativity. Theo imagined building playful smart contracts that solved real problems. And at that moment, they both understood that DeFi wasn't a world of unreachable mysteries. It was a world where knowledge multiplies, and anyone, even a curious child, could become a master. When recess ended, Mrs. Clara gathered the class again. "Now," she said, "if you want to join the world of DeFi wisdom, follow these steps. Step 1. Explore digital tools. Try wallets, test networks, tokens safely and responsibly. Step 2. Practice curiosity. Don't just use DeFi, understand it. Step 3. Share what you learn. DeFi grows when communities grow." Laia lifted her tablet excitedly. "I'm going to create art tokens that change colors depending on market conditions." Theo jumped up and shouted, "And I'll build a smart contract that rewards people for teaching others." The class burst into laughter. "That," Mrs. Clara said warmly, "is the spirit of true DeFi mastery." And from that moment on, the classroom became a laboratory of ideas, a place where young minds could explore secrets responsibly, creatively, and collaboratively. As the dismissal bell rang, Laia turned to Theo and asked, "Do you know what I learned today?" "What?" Theo replied. "That the real DeFi secrets aren't locked away. They're just waiting for curious people to discover them." Theo smiled proudly. "And we're already treasure hunters." They walked out of the School of Tomorrow with glowing ideas swirling in their imaginations. Above them, a drone zipped across the sky, projecting a bright holographic message. Curiosity unlocks the universe. Never stop learning?